Hear that, folks? That's the sound of a fidget spinner, also known as a source of autism. Speaking of autism, I'm Sarah and this is Don't Starve Shipwrecked. Let's play it. First episode, basically I'm looking to get all kinds of resources. There's not really a whole lot you can get it from your first island. So we're just going to get some twigs and grass and limpets and stuff like that. There's actually a lot of twigs in this area. Usually the first kind of hurdle for Don't Starve is finding gold, which you can't find on your first starter island. So we got to get off the island as quickly as possible. But how are you going to get off the island without a boat? You're not. How are you going to get a boat without tools to make a boat? I think you see where this is going. So we need flint, rocks, twigs, and grass. That is the main thing we need. As soon as we find 2 flint, then I can come over here and mine these rocks. Also, I like to get enough grass and twigs and rocks to make a hammer, so I can also take down this boat up here, this destroyed boat. You get a boat repair kit for some reason. Whenever you hammer a boat, they give you a boat repair kit. It's pretty convenient. Alright, here's a second twig, or I mean second flint. Let's create a pickaxe. Now these kind of rocks only give you rocks, they don't give you flint, but it's still pretty useful. Make a hammer. Oh, actually, let's come over here and make a hammer. And here we go. I mean, this game is pretty fun. It's a pretty relaxed game. I mean, you're not going to play this game and enjoy it if you're that kind of person that really just wants like constant action, like really in-depth combat mechanics or something like that. This game is a resource management game, so really the core mechanic of this game is you want to make sure you do not starve. But moreover than that, because I've never died from starvation and Don't Starve ever, not even once. Really, it's more of not dying to bosses, dying to enemies, dying to weather conditions, stuff like that. Especially as WX, the robot character I'm playing right now. He takes damage whenever he's wet, so rain is a big issue. You got to make sure you have an umbrella. Do I have flint? I do not. I'll come up here and destroy the limpet rock for some flint. I need enough to get a machete. While I'm here though, free wood. Don't take that out of context. Alright, let's go ahead and mine this rock. Now it is usually a bad idea to destroy limpet rocks because they give you limpets. They constantly grow back, so it's a source of food, but I need the flint more than I need food right now. That said, since I am playing WX, one of the drawbacks of playing this character is that he starts with the lowest stats of anything in the game, pretty much. I mean, 100 health, 100 hunger, 100 sanity. That's pretty fucking terrible. But you can upgrade them by getting gears, which gears are pretty plentiful in this game if you know what you're doing. Unlike in Reign of Giants, where gears are basically not a non-renewable resource. The only way you can renew them is by finding those little dust, like what are they called? Dust bowl, you know those little tumbling plants in the deserts, whatever those are called. Tumbleweeds, there we go. Yeah, you can get them by harvesting tumbleweeds in Reign of Giants, but that takes forever, so they're basically non-renewable. While I'm here, punch butterflies. Punch them so you don't actually waste any resources, but you can still get them. Now, I have just enough to make a machete, so that's what I'm going to do. You need 4 bamboo and 3 vines to make a bamboo raft. So let's go ahead and get 6 vines and 8 bamboo. So I make 2. Punching butterflies. Always the best thing to do. It's a pretty optimal strat, actually. It's kind of hard to learn how to do it, because they weirdly avoid your movement. It's hard to explain, but it's very hard to hit a butterfly. You just gotta practice it, I guess. Number one tip is don't click on them. Actually use Shift F. So you can fight like that. Yep. If you try clicking on them, it's not gonna work. You will not possibly be able to do that in time. So I have enough to make a boat. Let's go ahead and make it. Pre-craft it. You can pre-craft stuff in your inventory by crafting it and then pressing right click, by the way. That way you don't actually place it, but you have it for later. See, it's blue, that means I have it pre-crafted. It's useful for doing that because I don't want to place it down right now. I don't know where I'm going to place it down, but I want it to take this stuff out of my inventory so that it's not wasting space. It just turned dusk, so I got to make sure I have some torches as well. If you are left in the dark for too long, you'll face extraordinary dangers. Known as Charlie. And let's see if I can't make it in time and get one more flint for night ends, or starts I should say. Alright, let's pick it up. Because I'd like to be able to make a thatch backpack, or a thatch pack I guess they call it. Because this game is all about the puns. Yeah. Already you can see there's bottlenecking as when it comes to my inventory, so 4 extra inventory slots definitely is useful. Go ahead and plant it, why not? Plant some trees, guys. You gotta be careful in the dark as well. For the reasons I mentioned before, but you don't have to do much. All you have to do, when you hear that sound, just put a torch up. Alright. Yeah, that's this island. So we can't sail during the night because we don't have a sailboat, but we do not have that much longer until night is over. So let's just go ahead and collect whatever else we can find before then. Actually, real quick, go ahead and make that thatch pack so I can have the inventory slots. Make another one of these, one of those. Seems good for now. Alright, and now that night is here, we can finally get to island number 2. I already mentioned that the first island will not be able to... It cannot possibly spawn gold on it, so you need to make sure that you go pretty quickly to find gold, because gold is the most important early game resource. You can use it to make a science machine, which is how you get all kinds of cool upgraded tools and all that stuff. Oh, and since we're playing WX, we really want to be killing things on sea as early as possible. Anytime you murder something at sea, you have a chance to spawn, what are they called? They're called the floaty boat knights, which, when you kill those, you get gears, and if you get gears, you can upgrade WX and stop having 100 health, which is terrible. Like, legitimately, with this low health, like, most characters have, like, 150 at least, I believe. But I know, like, Wolfgang can have up to 300 or something like that. Ridiculous. Or 250, I think. So, hold on. I want to go this direction, I think. I could be picking up the seaweed, but it's not really important. It's not a good source of food, honestly. Really, what is a good source of food is these jellyfishes, because you can spawn floaty boat knights and they heal you. As long as you hit them only twice or less, because every time you hit them it does 5 damage to you. but as you can see, it heals you for 10, so you gotta hit it twice or less for it to really be a good idea. But once I get like actually good weapons, can hit them one time and kill them, then you can start making a profit. So you want to make sure that you're hitting them with a machete and not like a pickaxe or something. Machete or a spear. Let's go ahead and get one more. It doesn't hurt. Well, it literally does though. But you know what I meant. And as soon as, yep. As soon as you get the optimal health, or excuse me, hunger, you really don't want to overeat because it's really wasteful, and starving is a big problem in this game. Obviously. I'm kind of surprised I haven't ran into an island yet. I think I'm going in the wrong direction, although all directions are supposed to work. Like if you look, I'm on this kind of like land bar underneath me. So that means that there should be an island somewhere really close. I could be wrong, and clearly I am. There we go. All right, let's explore this island. Get this flint. Flint is important too for tools early game, but really what I need to be looking for is gold. Gold is the most important thing I need right now. It can't spawn in this biome, but it can spawn in a biome that I am predicting is going to be on this island. It looks like this island's going to be big, so it's high likelihood that this kind of biome could be in this island as well. Like the jungle biome. When you mine these boulders as well, you get niter, which is decent. You can use it to make endothermic fires, which are like cold fire. You need those in the summer to stay cool. Because this is Don't Starve, it doesn't make sense. That's the point. No, I don't think the biome is going to be here. Unfortunately. Looks like it's cutting off too early. Unless it's up here in this kind of upper right hand corner. I should be picking up these limpets as well, because they're a pretty decent source of food early game. Before I get a crock pot anyways. Once you get a crock pot, that's when you really want to be optimal with your food so that you don't waste anything. Especially in Shipwrecked, where food is a lot more scarce. Alright. Yeah, there's not much else I can do here. Let's go ahead and go to the next island then. And do be careful about sailing during dusk without a sail. Like, I'm not on a sailboat, so I don't have a sail. Because if you're caught during the nighttime, you can't use a torch on this kind of boat. Hey, an oil spill. Map that out. Ooh, and just as I was speaking of sailboats, found a sailboat already. I don't need to do anything to get it, so that's pretty convenient. Now I don't need to worry about the whole night thing. And actually, where is my boat repair kit? There it is. I'm gonna repair it a little bit just because I don't want to have to craft a different boat. And there it is. There's the gold. See if we can get these before the primates come and get me and steal all the gold. I would prefer that to not happen. Spiders on this island too. I can get silk if I so desire. Let's pick up these flowers while we can as well, because they will give you sanity. like to get up to at least 5 gold if I could before I leave this island, because you can use it to make one science machine and one, what is it called? An alchemy machine. And actually, I'd like to get 5 more than that if I could, because I believe it's either 4 or 5 gold to make a lightning rod, which is very crucial early game as well. It's really not good for the sanity doing that. Whenever you're in the darkness, like if you look at the brain meter up top, you see the giant arrow going down. That's because it's draining your sanity really quickly. You want to be careful about that. Sanity is not that big of an issue, but especially to new players it can be, because they spawn like hallucination monsters that can hurt you if you go insane. Best avoid it if possible. For like pro strats though, you want to spawn them so you can get nightmare fuel, which is a resource for like late game, mid to late game, I would say. If I even get there. I'm pretty good at Reign of Giants, but Shipwrecked is totally different ballgame. I don't know what the strats are. I only really play Reign of Giants. We just explore the rest of this island and I think we're done here. Also, go ahead and get these. I like another reason to get flowers, because they turn into rot, and if you let them rot in your inventory, then you can use it to fertilize plants, which is a really convenient way to do it. There's a lot better ways to do it for sure, but this is one way to do it. Who knows? Never survived long enough to make a mega base in this game, so you probably shouldn't be listening to my advice in the first place. That said, I have made it around 260 days, but there are people that like make it way longer than that. Multiple thousands. I am not that good, but let's try and get that good. While I'm thinking about it, also, it'd be a good idea to craft another torch so I don't have only one in my inventory. I like to have 2 at least. And start killing more of these so we can spawn 40 boat knights soon as possible, because it takes 21 days, I think, for them to spawn. But every time you do it, there's a chance that they'll spawn 21 days later. And I need that yesterday, so let's go ahead and do it. They'll definitely be spawning by now. Also, you want to be careful with doing that as well, because you can get naughtiness, which spawns Krampus. And Krampus steals your shit and then despawns, so it's really inconvenient. I remember there was an island up here, so let's go ahead and see if we can find that. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it is. Okay. I usually stop collecting flowers whenever I get a full stack, because if you have 40, then you can fertilize 40 grass. Ooh, I just found the Seaworthy. I'm gonna go in it. Hell yeah. So, if you go in the Seaworthy, it takes you to the opposite version of Don't Starve. So basically, we're in Don't Starve Shipwrecked. It's gonna take me to Reign of Giants. So I'm a lot better at Reign of Giants, so it's actually pretty optimal to go there. It takes a second though, you gotta generate a world. So the only problem with Reign of Giants is that it's a lot more based on weather events, so you gotta be careful, and like immediately start getting like depending on what season I generate in. Like if I generate in autumn, I'm gonna have to start getting winter gear immediately. If I spawn in spring, I gotta get summer gear immediately. And we've already wasted a couple days exploring in Shipwrecked, and it will place you in Shipwreck or in Reign of Giants on the day that I'm already at. So we got to be careful about that. And bum rush weather gear. That's the only problem with this strategy. That said, once I get in here and get all those things, this will be a lot easier, I think. Okay, it is spring, so that's not optimal at all because it's going to be raining a lot and I'm going to be taking damage. But that's okay. I'm just going to make a quick umbrella. Where there? Wait, it's in survival? Yes. The shitty little parasol doesn't really. You can see my wetness is still going up, but it goes up a lot more slowly, so it's better than nothing. I really need to not be rained on, so especially with how low of health I have in the early game. And I can probably stop collecting grass at this point. I don't really need it. Still collect twigs. You never know when you'll need them. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these flowers here because I can tell that it's a bee biome, and it's really inconvenient to try to collect bees later if there aren't flowers around because they won't come out, pollinate. These carrots, on the other hand, I will take those all day long. Alright, I want to avoid the swamp biome if I can. I don't need to go in there yet. Swamp biomes are kind of dangerous, especially when you don't have any armor, and especially when you don't have any health. Wow, I already found the flotsam stuff. The sunken boat, or whatever you want to call it. This is important because it gives me this little seaworthy. I need to get stuff out of my inventory. I'll get rid of that because I'm not going to need it. Oh shit. I just realized those little moles were attacking my desperately needed gold. No fun. Yeah, I can't make an endothermic fire, but I need to. Where is he? There he is. Finding Chester is pretty convenient. Put all this stuff in here that I don't need right now. Actually, put the Seaworthy. The boards, probably. Actually, I can just do that. That's good for now. It's about to be night, like right now. Alright, well I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. Hopefully I can do more in the future. This is a fun game. So, I will see you guys next time on the next episode of Let's Play Don't Starve.